love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. Man. I hope my team they won one. I hope my team they won one. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Cavil, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with the hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball, So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 740, and this is the Indy Report, and I have Tariq Wilson from the Pirate Ship. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
Doing okay. It was another rough weekend for both of us, but we'll get into that after the break. But
boy, jeez, terrible.
Look, man. At least you ain't got to play Mount this week.
You know, since their quarterback's out, they're a little more human. They still gonna beat you, but they ain't gonna beat you by 50.
Still number one in every freaking offensive category on earth.
Yeah, they're tough, man.
All right, let me run through the intro. Welcome to episode 740 of Inside the HBCU Sports Lab radio show and podcast, the show that's covering the HBCU sporting diaspora, all things HBCU sports for institutions large and small, from the NAIA to the NCAA. We share insights and information on the HBCU sports culture and HBCU athletic aesthetics to facilitate the story of HBCU's athletic programs and the business of HBCU sports. I'm your host, David L. Rhodes, with my partner in crime, Tariq Wilson, and Brandon King might make an appearance. And Jeffrey Johnson is on assignment, and rightfully so, with his chillins. We are filming from our home studios and sending the signal live to our KCOH 1230 AM studios with the Texas Radio Hall of Famer Ralph Cooper in the beautiful home of Texas Southern University from Houston, Texas. Look, man, I can go a lot of places today, but I want to start with what's going to be happening this weekend on ESPN2 when we're talking about South Carolina State and the school down the road. If South Carolina State wins, just to give you guys some scenarios, if South Carolina State beats the school down the road this weekend on Friday on ESPN2, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if they win, we're gonna and Delaware State does what they need to do against Howard, we'll pretty much in essence have a MEAC championship game, the final game of the season in Dover, Delaware.
Wow,
winner take all.
Who saw that?
I'm telling you, man. Couldn't script it any better. It'll be winner take all. They might flex that game too, just like they've been flexing all the other games if they do that. But it'll be winner take all for the MEAC championship. Literally the championship game that some folks were asking for would happen. Now, if we're going to assume that Delaware State beats Howard just to keep the scenarios rocking, right? If the school down the road beats South Carolina State, then it becomes interesting. Then you're going to have the potential of a three-way tie. So at that point, Delaware State needs to win. If they win against South Carolina State in the final week of the season, they're in. If South Carolina State beats Delaware State, then you have a three-way tie. And then it'll go down to tiebreakers. And then that happens, the school down the road goes to the Celebration Bowl. Like that's like the best case scenario for the school down the road. But it's going to be a big matchup Friday night. Trey Oliver, as a head coach, is 1-4 against South Carolina State. A lot of folks don't realize that. Now, granted, the series has been 5-5, but he's 1-4 against South Carolina State. So what are your thoughts coming in? Now, this game is in Durham, so they tend to have better luck in Durham. So what are your thoughts on this matchup?
It's a great matchup. I think the Eagles' Nest is a tough place to play. I've been there. You know, I like sitting because you can get close to everything. So it's going to be tough for South Carolina State. Short week on the road is going to be tough. But Oliver every now and then shows that they will just give one away. They just, for whatever reason, his team won't be ready sometimes. So this could be one of those games. But they at home, short week, everything on the table. They got the great quarterback. They should win this game.
Should. Yeah, it'd be interesting. South Carolina State's been rolling in the MEAC. They've been pretty dominant in the MEAC, whereas School down the road has some close calls so far. Shout out to Chuck Hunt checking in. Appreciate that. But that's like the big matchup for me. Some folks picked Howard to beat Delaware State on HBCU Nightly on Sunday.
I can see that.
And it's kind of crazy. But Delaware State figures out a way to close these games out. By hook or by crook, so to speak. Del State pulled it out against Morgan 14-12. Morgan's not as bad as they are. They just figure out ways to lose. So their record doesn't represent how good they actually are. They're not that bad. They just had some horrific luck.
Yep.
Closing out games. But so now they're playing Howard. Howard's going to have something to prove now. Dover's not an easy place to play in for a multitude of reasons, especially in November because it tends to be a little bit colder up there in Dover. But
that's just not a place you really want to be. Like, you just want to drive through Delaware as fast as you can. Like, let me get in and out this place.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry.
Oh,
have you driven through there? I'm sure, right?
My daughter. Yeah, we checked out Delaware State. I've been to Delaware State a few times.
Do you remember driving down Route 1? It's like, let me get in and out this place. It's Route 1.
It was kind of like I didn't expect the rurality of it all. I'll say rurality. I know that's not a word. I didn't expect that on the drive, but that's what it was. Because like me and my daughter stopped by when we were on our way to the CIAA championship a few years ago. You know, they got a nice campus though. I'll say that. They're right across the street from a mall.
Yep, and the Speedway.
Yes. In the SWAC, the Bethune-Cookman and Jackson State game is interesting to me only because Bethune has been looking good, but they had a tough loss to Grambling, and they also had the whole scuffle at the half, and so they end up losing 8 players. So this might change the landscape of this game and the result of it all. Initially, I thought Bethune might have had a puncher's chance, but now I'm not so sure anymore. Against Jackson. I mean, Jackson, all they got to do is keep winning. They win, they're in the SWAC championship game, and they'll be hosted, if I recall correctly.
That's what I'm expecting. Yeah, they should handle this. But they've been human the past couple of weeks, so
they have been. I mean, they don't have the starting quarterback. But Morgan should be. I would think that Morgan should be coming back soon, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. If not, then this other kid's been playing pretty well. Got to give them credit. They've been playing pretty well. With regards to that deal, if not, Grambling, Alcorn State's interesting as well. That's another one that's going to be in Lorman at Alcorn. Grambling's rolling. They only have one conference loss right now. They're on a nice little winning streak. So it'll be interesting. Alcorn is not doing half bad themselves, so it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. Those are the two matches I see this weekend from the SWAC that fascinates me a bit. Those are the ones. UAPB Prairie Views ain't.
Was there any more fallout from that fight?
They ended up spending like over 20 players, if I remember correctly. They suspended a lot of players.
One thing I don't understand. Sorry, just to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Why do you punch somebody who has a helmet on in the helmet? That part I don't get.
Oh, I'm never gonna understand that.
I mean, they were swinging for the helmets, man. What up?
What up, Adam? What's going on, buddy? Now, look, man. I'll never understand it to this day. I'll tell you what. Number 11 was out here putting the work in. I know that. Like they said that one player got suspended for 2 games. I wonder which one, or 2 players got suspended for 2 games. I wonder who those players were. They didn't name who. They just said the amount of players. Grambling got fined $40,000. Bethune got fined $25,000.
It's a lot of money for our schools. Oh
yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's unsat. I mean, it happens. It happens in multiple conferences. I mean, they had a scuffle in another game.
People fight. We humans. People fight.
I mean, it's an aggressive sport. Mm-hmm. I mean, so you would think it can happen. It is a thing that can occur. And before we go to first break, I have to give a shout out, huge shout out to Winston-Salem State University. They got a $50 million donation from Mackenzie Scott, and like there's a lot of HBCUs right now just waiting, hoping they get a phone call.
That's awesome. You think that help lead to them having a new coach at the end of the season?
Well, they already got rid of the coach.
Oh, was that before or after the donation?
Before. They got rid of the coach, and I guess the coach resigned, and I believe the AD is gone as well. They're cleaning house over there in Winston.
Yeah.
The question I always bring up is, all right, and, you know, there's a running joke because, you know, Morgan got that $63 million not too long ago, and the first thing I said when they got it was not a diamond that's going to athletics. So the question I'm wondering is how much is going to go to athletics from that $50 million, which is a substantial amount of money. It's like this is the second time Mackenzie Scott donated to Winston-Salem State. In the first round, it was $30 million. So you donated additional $50. So, you know, that's huge.
Well, hopefully Hampton gonna get their second tranche.
You ain't lying, man. Like we're over here. Like there's like about another like 90 HBCUs right now, like wishing, praying, hoping right now that Mackenzie will drop a bag on them. You know, but you know, so we'll see. I mean, Howard got theirs, man. Maybe there's some hope for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Hopefully they don't just give it to one issue. You know, so we'll see. It'll be interesting. Basketball season's already started. We could probably take a segment to talk about what's been going on in basketball with A&T and Hampton. You know, because there's I know that they're you guys got some high hopes this year, man. Y'all look good. Y'all look. They got you guys being top 4 in the conference, so we'll definitely get into that. But we're gonna go ahead and take our first break. When we come back from the break, we're gonna do football. Talk about what happened with our squads. Hopefully Brandon King dodges the bullet, because I'm starting to get worried about Tennessee State probably more than my own program at this point. Yeah. So we'll be right back after this first commercial break.
Yep.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavil of Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
For over 30 years, HBCU Independents has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU stories with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Independents, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU.
College football fans, the Cricket Celebration Bowl is celebrating 10 years of crowning an HBCU national champion. A champion will rise at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 13th as the MEAC and SWAC champions clash in Atlanta. Join us for championship football, interactive fan experiences, and iconic marching bands. It's an HBCU family reunion that you don't want to miss. See who will be crowned the next HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Compress the analytic data with your hip-hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gonna teach a lesson.
Welcome back to Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. This is the Indy Report. This is episode 740. I guess I'll start with my team because it was 30. So A&T played Stony Brook at Stony Brook up in Long Island, New York on Saturday. Went up there. It was a noon kickoff, and we were losing 31-6 at the half. Yeah, it was 30. Yeah, it was 31-6 at the half. So upon that, I got to give my Aggies some props. They fought in the second half. They only gave up 7 points, and those 7 points in the second half, and those 7 points was off a turnover. We finally scored a touchdown. We got a penalty, missed the extra point because of the penalty, and then we proceeded to try to. And then our defense was holding up. Then we tried to go down the field, had some challenges there, and then eventually we were driving, and then we threw an interception. And then after we threw that interception, we got the ball back and we proceeded to throw another interception. I believe they scored after the first interception, if I recall correctly. I have to double check. Yeah, because it was all in the fourth quarter when this all happened. Yeah, they scored a touchdown after the first pick. So we got the 7 points off the turnover. They got 7 points off of the turnover. And then the following play, once we got the ball back, we threw another interception. And that was pretty much the game at that point. It was the game before that, but that pretty much closed it for us. Like we're offensively, we've been struggling pretty bad since I would say the Campbell game. The Campbell game, even though we won, offensively we weren't good. Like we were playing better offensively prior to that. But since the Campbell game, our offense has fallen off a cliff. Like we've only scored one touchdown post after the Campbell game. One offensive touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah. We didn't score any against Townsend. So
did something discover something schematically with you guys? Like
I think the problem is that we're very emphatic on trying to run the ball, and we have not been able to do that all season. I mean, that's been our Achilles heel all year. Like I know Coach Gibbs wants to run the ball. But the reality is, like, you can't. If you keep trying something and it's not going to work, I mean, at some point, something's going to have to give, right? Like, in the bottom line, like, I think we ran for like 40 yards, 41 yards, if I remember correctly, as a team. No, excuse me. We only ran for, no, I was right, 41 yards. We ran for 41 yards on 21 attempts. Literally 2 yards a carry. Like, you're not going to be able to win games that way. Now, granted, I know one of the goals that they had was to stop the Stony Brook rusher from breaking 1,000 yards for the season, and they accomplished that mission. But unfortunately, their true freshman quarterback threw for 380 yards.
Oh.
Yeah, so that threw for 300. He went 37 for 48, 380 yards, and 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. So when you give that up, it don't really matter that you stop Roland Dempster from getting his 1,000 yards rushing. So no, it was a tough day at the office up in Long Island, to say the least.
What's the Aggie thought on this season? What's the general consensus?
You got there's some portions of the fan base that thought that they should have done better, and I'm like, man, from my perspective, I think we've exceeded expectations. Like 0-12 was a legitimate possibility, going into this season. I think Gibbs did with the best he had from a talent perspective. And he already has 3 players from that roster that's gotten the invite for the HBCU Legacy Bowl. So he's got talent on that roster. Now, granted, 2 out of the 3 folks who got invited, they're graduating. They're leaving. This is their last year. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Matter of fact, all 3 of them are graduating. They're all gone. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But that being said, I think overall, I said 4 wins max. We got two conference wins. I mean, we didn't get a single conference win in the last 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. So this is a rebuild year. Coach Gibbs got his opportunity to continue to revamp his roster. He let some players go after this game. Like 2 players got let off the team, for what I understand. So he's doing it. but we got to talk. Like me and Markham Banks was talking about it on MD a few weeks ago before the Townsend game. It's a talent deficiency that we had, and so it's going to take some time to get some talent there. I mean, we should be. In truth be told, we were a possession away winning a couple of these CAA games all year. So I mean, you can't really ask too much for that. Like we had the Tennessee State game. We had the Maine game. We had William. We should have beat William and Mary. Like we had plenty of one possession games. It just after Townsend, after Campbell, the offense fell off a cliff and the defense did too. And I'm worried that we might give up 60 to Monmouth this weekend. I'm very concerned about that. Very concerned. And that'll be 3 times that we give up 60 points at home if that happens. So I'm very concerned about that. But overall, I can't complain compared to what I've been sitting through for the past 2 years. What about you, man? How did Hampton fare against buddies in Maine?
Terrible. So we lost that game 35-7. It was 21-7 at the half. I mean, at some points we did look like we were gonna try and win this game, but at the end of the day, we just don't have enough. Just didn't have enough. So, I mean, Maine, they ran the ball on us 200 yards roughly. Their quarterback, we kind of held him in check, but when he got down close, he actually threw touchdowns, which is interesting. But our struggles continue. I'll boil this down to we just lost way too much talent in the portal. And the thing that kind of sucks about it is, like, most of them were, like, they're not even playing where they're at or not even playing well. Like, we probably lost a good 10 guys who would have been starters, from Hampton and on the lines too. Like, that's what we got. No push on the offense. Mm-hmm. We got no resistance in the interior D line. The guys are just too young, and you just get blown off the ball. It's like, it's just gonna happen. It's like my son, he likes to wrestle. Like, it's just no chance he's gonna win, right? That's kind of like where our lines are. They're just too small, too immature, too inexperienced to really hold up in this conference. So yeah, it's over. I mean, the thing that I'm seeing with the fan base, folks we're all just waiting, like, what's next? This can't go on. It can't.
You guys just turned them into you guys took the tag off of them last year.
Yeah, but still. So what do you do? Like, there's, I mean, it was so bad. Like, who knows? He could have been sick or whatever. My man, he didn't even show up to the CAA press conference Monday.
He ain't the only coach from Virginia to show up to their conference press conference on Monday.
Mike Vick didn't either.
Mike Vick did not either. He did not either. It was unforeseen circumstances.
Well, at least they gave that reason. We just ain't show up. That was.
Oh, that's wild.
We didn't even show up. We didn't even show up, man. That's why, I mean, everybody's just, what's next? This can't continue. It can't. I mean, it can't.
I have to give Coach Gibbs credit. He shows up because he got it. Not only he has to do the CAA press conference, he also does the A&T one at noon. That's the day. So he goes from going, and typically he's first up on the CAA one, and then he goes to do does the new one on the dime, and then does that and the coaches show. Like, he goes CAA press conference, A&T press conference, A&T coaches show. Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, there was some even speculation as to whether he would do the typical Hampton press conference. Like, it came out today, so it wasn't a complete no-show. But think about that, my man. It was they show up. That's where we at. So I can't imagine how things are. I was telling a friend of mine. So, we talked about it. I coach middle school, I coach AAU basketball, middle school basketball, and like early high school basketball. And sometimes you have a bad tournament Like if we lose two out of the 3 games in the tournament, like parents, everybody's pissed off. So I can't imagine what's going on in that locker room right now. I just can't. I don't know how they're keeping it together. Yeah, it's just that. Like we're just waiting for what's next. If it's an extension, then do it. But not even extension. It's a fresh new contract, right?
It's a fresh new. You don't need to extend them at this point. It's a matter of whether or not you're gonna. What is the plan for him with regards to the current contract that he has?
Yeah, man. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I don't. Maybe we need to have Mackenzie Scott money so we can buy this for. Maybe I'll write her a letter, man.
How long of a deal is it?
Hampton doesn't say, but it's typically 3 to 4 years from what I could between 3 and 5. So yeah. No, that's good. That's good, Miak Mike. I mean, 2 years is good, but it's got to be 2 years of like good moments. Like we are currently on a 4-game
But to be fair,
streak.
They got rid of the coach like a couple weeks, like right while didn't they already do the spring game when they got rid of
the
last coach?
Spring. Prunty.
Yeah, so like to be fair to Boykin, he needs another full year of recruiting, and hopefully you guys give him some NIL to work with because you're gonna need it.
Yeah. I mean, we've been. I think there's also been talk about like the Hampton model as far as like how we handle NIL. So what we've been trying to do is bring in young guys because you can get really good players now. So there's some young guys we got, but they got to be strong, man. We got some good guys, young guys. They're not strong enough. I mean, it dawned on me about that when they played Howard. Howard just threw us around like never before. Howard's never just throwing us around. So our young guys are just too small and weak at this moment to compete, especially in the CAA, man. So I don't know, but hey, my man coming back next year.
I mean, I don't see a scenario otherwise unless somebody writes a check.
Yeah, that's what we all hoping. I mean, you can't run this
the
back.
fact that y'all are hoping, y'all might need to start pooling, not hoping. If y'all really want, y'all need to consider pooling.
Well, I mean, there's only so many dollars to go around, and this is also the program that's really doing some bang up fundraising is the basketball team.
Oh, we're gonna get into basketball after the break because I want to talk about I want to have a discussion about basketball, NIL, how our teams are doing so far on the men's and the women's side, because I've been seeing some interesting things and hearing some interesting things with regards to the budgets of some of these programs within our conference. So we can go ahead and take that break. But before we take the break, I will say this about Tennessee State. They lost again this weekend. I'm very concerned that they are going to go winless in their conference, and they haven't done that in over a decade. So I'm very concerned. They lost to UT Martin 26-7. They have Gardner-Webb next week, and they have Charleston Southern to close out the season. Gardner-Webb is going to be a tough one. There's no question about that. If they're going to get one, it's going to have to be against Charleston Southern. But yeah, I think I'm giving Coach Barlow grace because he got there late. So I think he's going to be able to do it. But I think the big concern, he's going to have to figure out how to fix his offense during the offseason. Offense has been pretty rough around the edges at Tennessee State.
I got some trivia for you. I just looked up Tennessee State. What is the record of all three of our schools?
Of all three of our schools?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got 2 wins. They have 2 wins. Hampton has 2 wins. So 6 wins.
We're all 2-8.
We're all 2-8. So we're 6-24.
And we all have at least 1 win against another HBCU.
Well, that's all that Tennessee State has. They're 2-1 against HBCUs. I think y'all are too. No, y'all like 2-2. 2 and yeah. Now we're not 2-1. We're like 1-2, I think. Yeah, 1-2. We didn't play any D2 programs. We played the school down the road, South Carolina State, and you guys.
I think that's statistically.
And no, we played 4, but 1-3. We played Tennessee State as well, so 1-3.
And y'all should have lost to us. I mean, really.
We should have beat Tennessee State. I mean, it would have still been 1-3 either way.
Yeah, we're all bad. I mean, that's all statistically relevant. Like, we all need to get together in a room and figure out what the heck we doing wrong. Maybe we just need dough. We need some Mackenzie Scott money, man.
It might be. Well, the thing is, the Mackenzie Scott money probably ain't gonna go to athletics, because it's probably gonna go to things that you know that I know that. Like I talked to Stephen. I sent a message to Stephen Gates. I was like, congrats to y'all getting that money, but like, how much you think is gonna go to athletics?
Put it into that NASCAR track down there in Winston-Salem. Put some new gravel on that thing. But hey.
But no, it's been rough, man. But I expected a rough season from A&T. I think you guys had higher expectations, and I think Tennessee State also expected a rough season considering all the players they lost when Eddie George left. So, like, from my perspective, I just sat through one division win in 2 years, so I didn't expect too much coming into this season.
Yeah,
you guys kind of had higher hopes. You guys were supposed to be the anchors this year for us.
Yeah, we thought so. I mean, one thing that's been interesting, like. So we brought in, there were 3 transfers who were going to be on the D-line. 2 of them from FBS schools, Big Ten schools. And none of them have played a snap this year.
Yeah.
So that's killed us.
But did they get any snaps at the Big Ten school?
No.
And that's why. Like one thing I've noticed is that when you go out and grab these guys that be at these P5, P4 institutions, if they ain't got no burn, like if you look at what Tennessee Tech is doing, Tennessee Tech just grabbed some of the best players from the SWAC and turn into one of the best defenses in the country. Mm-hmm. They get guys that has gotten burned. Like even some of the recruits that we ended up, like I know we pulled Tim Alderman Gibbs brought Tim Alderman from him. And he might have a shot to be in all conference. You got an outside shot to be all conference, but he already got invited to the Legacy Bowl. Like you pull folks who's gotten burned. Same goes for Prairie View. Like they got a lot of transfers. They got these chunk of transfers, and a lot of them had burned. You don't pick up guys that ain't got burned. If they ain't got no burn, there's a reason why they're sitting there in the portal.
You raise a good point, because the transfers we have who are performing very well are like grad students.
Mm-hmm.
Or very seasoned dudes from even Division II. Like our best player this year has been the linebacker from forget which school. Harold. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. Excellent point.
I mean, what we got to do, you got to start just taking advantage of the whole. A lot of folks don't realize this, but Ivy League, they have a rule when it comes to redshirt. So typically, a lot of times those guys leave and they go grad school somewhere else so they could still play. I don't think there are a lot of playing grad school or something to that effect. I can't remember what the rule is, but like they typically there's a lot of Ivy League players that are going to be available that just graduated from their particular Ivy League school. And some of them are pretty good. We got one kid, but I don't know how much burn he's truly had with us because he's had some injury problems. All right, we're going to come back after this break. And when we return, we're going to discuss basketball a little bit, talk about NIL. Basketball season has started. I know football season's still going. We need to talk about a little bit of basketball. We've had some pretty good upsets in the HBCU landscape, and we'll go and have some discussions about some of them. All right, so we'll be right back after this break.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Planning an event? From weddings to corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC brings over 15 years of experience to make your vision a reality. Based in Metro Atlanta and serving statewide, even internationally, we provide versatile event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pre-game meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural taste, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3882 so that we can start planning now.
College football fans, a champion will rise in Atlanta on December 13th. MEAC champion, SWAC champion, the 10th Cricket Celebration Bowl, crowning an HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year. Returning to Atlanta on December 12th, 4 bands will qualify for the big stage, where 2 national champions will be crowned. Follow us for rankings updates throughout the season, and join us on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit band.
Compress the analytic data with your hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
Welcome back to episode 740 of Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. This is the Indy Report. All right. It's funny because, you know, the Lady Aggies are playing right now against Mother Shaw. You know, they pretty good crowd too. Pretty good because it's their home opener. Earlier this week, we had our other home opener. The men had their home opener against South Carolina State, and they pretty much ran them off the court. Won by 23 points. South Carolina State might not be the same one from last year. You know, I was picking on the Bulldog fans, and they were making every excuse imaginable why they're not good this year. And I'm like, well, buddy, this is the new era of college basketball. You're going to be revamping your roster. Now, we lost like 6 players. I was like, well, we lost 10. So, like, that's normal. Like, that's what it's going to be. Unfortunately, that's the new era of college basketball. If you're not invested in, if you don't have any NIL money, it becomes a challenge to try to keep players there more than a year. If you get them for 2, you won. That's where we're at this point. Like, we had one kid that came back this season from the A&T men's squad, and they ended up redshirting him because of all the talent they brought in. Because that's how good the talent that came through for A&T basketball team. So now I think A&T Hampton and LA might not be as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Well,
them boys look pretty good, man.
They do. And I remember, I think you guys were picked to finish last, right?
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No. And I said that before the season even started. Just look at the roster. All you got to do is look at the roster. Compare it to other rosters, especially in our universe. These dudes can play. So, yeah. I mean, y'all.
And they're not selfish. That's the key.
Y'all roster might look better than ours in some ways. So.
No, I ain't going there now. We're going too far. No, we're not going there. But I will say I haven't seen a squad like that long, that big.
That's what I'm saying.
In a long time, bro. Not at A&T.
Yeah, you guys, this is a squad. I'll tell you why I said that about ours, but you can finish talking about A&T.
But nah, shout out to Brooklyn Vic. We were able to convince him to come to us over Syracuse and Louisville. So, like, he's a talented kid. He's still, you know, as a point guard, he's still learning the ropes. But by the time we get out of conference play, I think we're gonna.
He's a buck.
I know, man. But by the time we get out of conference play, I think we're gonna be. Out of conference play, I think we're gonna be all right. Yeah. And we got and here's the beauty of the men's schedule. We play Morgan State next week in Baltimore. We don't leave the state of North Carolina after that until the conference play begins.
That's dope.
Like we're playing Howard at Duke, right? Like that probably was the only one that we probably was going to be because that was supposed to be their road game, and they wanted to play it in Durham, and we're like, okay.
Well, why they want to do that?
Well, their coach played at Duke.
Still,
hey, look, They're gonna play Cameron Indoor, man. I think it's gonna be a dope atmosphere. I'm looking forward to see how they're gonna. I'm hoping that it's on ESPN Plus. That's the only thing I got nowadays. That and full sports, since YouTube.
I don't like that, man. I don't like that.
Look, that don't worry about it. That's not your problem. That's their problem.
Right. Come on, Howard. Y'all the Mecca and y'all playing at Duke Stadium. Come on, man.
Yeah, nah, they're playing at Duke, man. Because the coach. It's the coach.
So what?
Coach Blakely.
You can't be the Mecca, the Black Harvard, and playing at somebody else's stadium.
I mean, it's like the Harvard of the South at Duke, right? That's what they call them, the Harvard of the South, something like that.
That's what they say.
All right, close enough. I guess they're gonna roll with that and play down there. They won't. It's gonna be, but there's gonna be a lot of Aggies in that game, man. There's a lot of them are already circled that date. It's in December, I believe, like first week of December. I wish I could fly down there for it. I think it's gonna be pretty dope.
Yeah, if I was there, I'd go. I guess they can stay. They're gonna be down there for a while, right? They play Central. Oh no, that's you guys. You're right, Central.
Yeah.
Well, for you guys, you could just stay in Durham for a couple nights.
Yeah, man. So, the ladies, they haven't won a game yet. I think they're probably going to get their first one tonight against Shaw. They had a close one in their last one. But the guys, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. Like our men's team hasn't been good in about 5 years at this point. So I'm really kind of hyped about this team getting good. When we made a decision to go to the CAA, I kept trying to explain to folks that it was about everything else but football, about the move, particularly basketball, because they're a basketball conference.
Yep.
That's what they are. CAA is a basketball conference, which brings us to the NIL component, because there's a lot of teams in the CAA that don't play football. And a lot of those teams that don't play football has $1 million NIL budget for basketball.
Yep.
So, and they've been flaunting it. UNCW took one of our guys, paid him a nice pin. Now he's out right now. He's got a foot injury. But the point still stands. Like the budgets are different. So I'm kind of fascinated to see how that's going to go with the MEAC and the SWAC. Shout out to the SWAC. Grambling beat Howard. Alabama State just pulled the upset against UAB, which I think that was a big win. You had Bethune-Cookman had Auburn on the ropes. So they've been SWAC's doing their thing, man. SWAC might be a basketball conference. They just don't want to admit it yet.
Yeah. Basketball is kind of king now. I mean, the kids love basketball.
Mm-hmm. I know you coach it, right? So
yeah, kids love basketball. Like I'm just seeing like all the tryouts for the high school teams and the middle school. I mean, heck, at my son's school, they had 100 kids trying out for varsity. Like it's every school, kids love ball. So it will make sense because SEC, they're a basketball powerhouse now, right? I mean, It's just it's kids love it, man.
Yeah. So what's going on with the Pirates, man?
I think we're good. I mean, I think we got a good team. It's the thing that is taking a while. Our backcourt last year was dynamic, so we're missing both those guys. The one, he's playing pro right now, somewhere over in Europe, and the other one, he's at UCF, so he got a bag to go down there. So we're missing those two guys, but I think the guys that we have are fine. We're fine in the backcourts, fine at the wings. The thing that's giving me a little bit of pause to start the season, there have been our bigs. So that's been there's some issues there, but I think if we can when we can play small until the bigs round in shape and what we need, we'll be fine. But if when we can play small, then we're gonna run people up the court.
Yeah,
they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, man. What about the ladies?
Ladies, they're more stout than last year, so they still got a lot of work to do, but it's getting the shooting together. But they'll be more competitive than last year. So they're both trending up, I think.
Okay.
But your team is tough, man. I like your men though.
Oh yeah, like when we were playing against South Carolina and I saw how well they were playing in the second half, I'm like, oh, this is not last year at all.
Yep.
And then I saw what they did at South Carolina State, like, oh, this definitely.
Yep.
And I saw that the school down the road is out here struggling against Bluefield State. So
crying too. Coach is crying.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that they don't have an NIL budget, man. And if they don't, oh my God.
Well, you can have a budget, but
but the thing is, but he said he didn't have anything.
Well, Moulton, he's been against that. It seems like from day one. So it didn't seem like he embraced it. It seems like, he's fighting it instead of, maybe because he's constrained by their constraints. But from day one, it wasn't like, yo, we're going to attack this. Like he was, because, he's kind of old school. So he's been around with Coach K and with Roy Williams and all those guys. You saw that once this NIL era took over, they was like,
and you know what they did, right?
What's that?
They left. They retired.
Right. Yes.
So if he's gonna sit in here and live in this environment, he needs to start thinking about what his next step's gonna be, because it's not going away. And I'm curious to see, when we talk about the MEAC, I'm curious to see how Coppin and Maryland Eastern Shore operates in this environment. They don't have football.
Right.
So in essence, in theory, they should be, they should have a level of advantage versus the football playing schools. But I know their budgets are kind of constrained too from that regard.
Yeah. Sometimes it's how you look at it. Like I know Moulton, sometimes you just gotta change your perspective. And some coaches like this era. There's like, yo, I want to get rid of half of my team every year anyway. So let me get rid of these jokers I don't like and get some new ones. So, it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they had them being fifth in the conference, if I remember correctly. Fifth, so it's not looking good. Mr. King, how you doing, my man?
What's up, man?
I'm good. How you brothers doing?
I'm doing all right. I know you're trying to avoid the twins, trying to avoid the babies, but
Yeah, I had to pop on for a few minutes. At least,
right.
If they'll give me some time.
How's Tennessee State basketball looking so far? Have you been paying attention at all? Have you been watching?
Yeah. So the men, they just won last night. Forgive the noise in the background.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, they beat Oakwood by 38. So they're 2-1 in the season. They beat Fisk of fourth. Beat them by about 50. And then they lost. And then they lost to Belmont. They just got beat up on the boards. Their big man looked like dude was trying to get drafted off that game. I mean, and he was making plays, and they really just out executed him. Out executed us, particularly on offense and some of the plays that they were running, and they ended up beating us. The women, they're one of the ladies are actually playing TCU tonight. They just came.
God bless you. We played them.
Yeah.
They did the Texas. Auntie did the Texas 2-set with them and Texas Tech.
Yeah. So I will say the women do look. Now why y'all start this?
Because you ain't paying no attention. You got the light, man. You got somebody banging on pots and somebody crying.
You got the deadly combinations. What I heard, man.
I got two of them. Lord, I'm gonna have to mute myself real quick.
No, you good, man.
Yeah,
we got another 5 minutes
man.
before we have to adjourn.
It's all good.
Nah, the bottom line is, NIL is going to change the game. We all got to make decisions on how we're going to manage it. Because I know I said basketball probably going to have a bigger budget than football for us. But the goal is to have comparable budgets with everybody else within the conference. So we'll see how that goes. I was told that the women's budget is going to be higher than most in the conference, and I was told track budget is going to be interesting, bowling budget is going to be interesting. So they're trying to spread it out to everybody, but
yeah,
they got 6 sports they want to make sure they invest in from a NIL perspective.
It's tough, man, because I mean, even at like UNC at Chapel Hill, even though basketball is king, football pays all the bills. Theirs still, So it's like when we talk to our AD, is like. Basketball is it seemed like basketball is the most important sport in the CAA, but if you got a football team, they got to be competent so they can help drive some revenue. But yeah, basketball is king.
Yeah, well, the media deal is based off basketball. Yeah. So like it's definitely the one from that regard. But football is important. But for a lot of those schools in our conference, man, they ain't got a program, so it's not.
They got rid of football. Many of those teams, they had it, got rid of it. Like where your daughter's at, Hofstra, right?
Oh yeah, they got rid of it for the medical school.
They got rid of it. Northeastern got rid of it. Some other teams have been thinking about it. Like,
They look, man, like, because the thing is, you gotta, like, for some of these teams, it's not making them money. Like, football ain't as profitable as what folks think it is. Even Ohio State is at a deficit, but then some people feel like, oh well, we shouldn't be thinking about football like that as a profitable sport. And I'm like, okay, then you can't be mad if a school makes a decision to get rid of it.
Yeah, some at big schools like Ohio State, some of that's accounting tricks. You run a loss.
yeah. As long as you fund the rest of those sports, but like the thing is, when you have a football program that's not profitable in a smaller school, that impacts everything.
Hey, tell me about it.
It impacts everything. Yeah, it impacts everything. If you're big sports in the red, that impacts everything. That's why you got to have more other places to get revenue, like basketball, women's basketball. Like we finally, for the first time, we split up the season tickets for women and men basketball.
Wow.
For the first time. Like I've been begging since we started playing on separate days. I've been begging them to do it at A&T, and they finally did this year. And props to them for finally pulling it off, because it looks like the sales has gone up, which is good.
Smart. I mean, I learned something because we just moved from Durham. So I had learned that basketball in the triangle and extending out to Greensboro, pound for pound, produces the most D1 athletes anywhere in the country. So like this, you just saturated with basketball down there. So you got to go all in.
Oh, it's basketball. It's basketball country, man.
Yep, saturated.
Yeah. Everybody wants to play ball, and basketball is more international now. So you can get because we got some kids from outside of the United States that came to play for us. So you can go get some of those guys. So yeah, man, it has been a while. It has been the last time they won a football title was 2022. It's been a while since those guys in terms won a football title, but it's like they didn't win a championship in anything last year. So, and that's with 8 schools. So, A&T had more MEAC championships than them last year.
Nice one. Nice.
Yeah, just the truth.
Well done.
Brandon, you ready, man? Or you still over there fighting?
Okay. I think I got some temporary break.
Yo, I don't miss this era.
Thought. I can tell you. Not at all.
I'm gonna let you get the last word, man.
No, I was just saying. Like I said, I've been watching the shows. Y'all are knocking it out of the park as usual. But I'll say this, and then I'll sign off. Women's basketball, they got their work cut out for them. Hope on the football side we get a win this week and don't go over for the conference, and so.
Oh God, we talked about that earlier, man. I'm very concerned about you guys going over. Very concerned.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
Gardner-Webb's gonna be tough. Y'all best bet is Charleston Southern.
So it's not looking good with the way we can't score still. And
your HBCU streak continues, sir.
Yeah, and
your 20 points.
And like I said, that we went in and we broke down the numbers. From the offensive struggle standpoint, if anybody hadn't read it, it's up on the website. Definitely go check it out. Shameless plug, but the offensive numbers for us, they are brutal. They are brutal. Duty calls. I'm
gonna let you go, but before you go on mute. I'm gonna do the top 10 band of the year rankings.
Wait, what?
All right, so they came out today, I think. Yeah, they came out today. The top 10 band of the year rankings. So we got number 10 Prairie View for Division 1. Number 10 was Prairie View. Number 9 was Morgan. Number 8 was Tennessee State. Number 7 was Alabama State. Number 6 was Hampton. Number 5 was Norfolk. Number 4 was Southern. Number 3 was Texas Southern. Number 2 was FAM. And number 1 was A&T. These were the rankings for November. the cumulative rankings come out on Friday, and Band of Year is doing something different this year. Not just the top 2 can qualify. It could be any of the top 5 of the cumulative rankings. And those are coming out on Friday, and then they're going to announce the 2 bands that are going to compete on the 18th. So we'll see how this pans out. Texas Southern's making a nice little run, so it'll be fascinating to see if they can get there. My opinion, it's probably going to be the rematch from last year. It might be A&T and FAMU again, the way it's looking, but we'll see. But they said that this year, the top 5 can qualify to go. They're going to decide based on the cumulative scores and consistency and all this other stuff. So we'll see how that pans out when they pick their 2. But Hampton's up there, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all out here to march in force. Got to Aggie out there getting y'all right, man.
Hey, we doing
Look,
it, man.
they can just swap us out with great value TSU and problem solved.
Oh my God Almighty! Calling Texas Southern great value TSU is hilarious. Ocean of Soul's legit though; they're really good. Ocean of Soul's legit. They're pretty good.
No, they are. They are.
They are.
They are.
They're pretty good. Ocean of Soul's
Look, I
pretty
can't
good.
say that because their football team is better than us too. So look, we might be great value TSU the way we playing right now.
Woo.
Man, the shade. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, they're not even crying. They just trying to communicate. They want to talk.
They are. They just want the shots.
Yeah.
They just want the shots. That's all that is. They just want the shots. They just want the shots. They just want to get they want to get in where they fit in, so to speak. Now that one on the other one is definitely out here balling. Like that. Oh, I was struggling with just one at a time. I can only imagine with 2, man. So shout out to you, sir.
It's just me most of this week. This is all me. I'm by
You better
myself.
find a vacation to go to, sir. I'm just saying.
Soon as mom come back, you can be like, here you go.
Any last words, Tariq, before we adjourn? I'll do the outro.
Just go Pirates.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you ain't kidding. We got go Pirates, go Aggies, go Tigers. All right. Thank you for listening to Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Make sure you share our podcast with your friends and colleagues. I'm David L. Rhodes with my partner in crime, Tariq Wilson, and Brandon King with the Babies. Make sure you go to hupowership.com to check out what Tariq and Jeff is talking about. They got a podcast as well. They go over Hampton Athletics, primarily football, where they go over all of athletics. Check out Brandon King at sneakershoptalk.com. You can follow me on Twitter at champd1012. I'm on HSU Nightly. I have MD. My shows every Thursday night. I'm on a move to Wednesday someday. We'll see. Make sure you follow Dr. Kenyatta Cavil on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Make sure you follow the Inside the HBCU Sports Lab 1 on Facebook and Inside the HBCU Sports Lab on YouTube. Dream big and continue to move forward. We'll talk to you soon. Reek.
Of course.
Brandon.
Lecture.
Dismissed. You guys have a good one. To see y'all next week.
You too, man.